Joining us now from St. Petersburg is the governor of Florida, supporter of John McCain, of course, Governor Charlie Crist. First, Governor Crist, were you disappointed that you were not asked?
No, I was impressed at Governor Palin being picked. I think that, once again, Senator McCain has shown his independent streak, his maverick status, his go-with-the-gut call, and I think he made a great choice in Senator Palin. I think that she'll be a great candidate. I watched her speech today. I was very impressed with not only what she had to say, but the way in which she delivered. I thought she was very effective, very articulate, and she's very bright. I've had the occasion to meet her at some Governor Association meetings, and she's a very impressive lady.
So you did not expect the nomination?
I expect to be the governor of Florida, and I'm honored to have that job. It's the best job I've ever had, Larry, and I'm more grateful to the people of Florida for the honor of serving them, the almost 20 million people that live in Florida now. It's a great privilege, it's a great honor, and I work hard every day to try to serve them with a servant's heart.
Governor, are they going to have a tough time selling her as the absolute best available Republican to be commander-in-chief?
Well, I think the best available Republican to be commander-in-chief is the man who's running for commander-in-chief.
But he's 72 years old.
Himself. Well, God bless him for that. But I think that they'll have no trouble talking about the attributes that Governor Palin brings to the ticket. As I say, she is a governor. She has executive experience. I think she'll do a great job. And really, let's understand what this race is about. It's about the top of the ticket at the end of the day. I don't think there's any question that this is a race between Senator Obama and Senator McCain. And when you look at those two candidates and you talk about their credentials and their ability to serve as a commander-in-chief, it's hands down John McCain. I don't think there's any debate about that, and that's why I look forward to a great McCain-Palin victory on November the 4th.
Were you surprised he selected her?
No, not really. I mean, I knew that her name had been in the mix, and I know that Senator McCain is the kind of guy who sometimes thinks outside the box. I know some people are describing it that way, but I think it was a solid choice. I think it was a good choice, and I think it says a lot about the senator. You know, it's a reaching out. It goes way out to the West. I think that's important as it relates to the Republican Party. She has led well. Obviously, she is somebody, I mean, we're all becoming very, very familiar with her resume now. That's not afraid to take on the establishment, not afraid to take on big oil companies, not afraid to establish tremendous ethics legislation. She's a reformer, worked incredibly hard in Alaska, and will work incredibly hard in Washington to do exactly the kinds of things that Senator McCain wants to do for our country. And that is to move us forward, to stand up for people, to stand up for country first, and to do whatever it takes to put the people before any partisan politics. She's also reached across the aisle, as Senator McCain has done, worked with Democrats, independents, and Republicans to make a difference to the people of her state. That's exactly what we're trying to do here in Florida, and I know it's exactly what Senator McCain wants to do for America.
Is she a plus, a minus, or a wash in Florida?
Oh, I think a definite plus. I don't think there's any question about it. I mean, now look at the ticket. You've got a very refreshing candidate for the vice presidential nominee. You've got tremendous experience for the presidential nominee in John McCain. I think the balance is beautiful. I think that it says a lot about diversity and Senator McCain's confidence that way. I think it's a great ticket for Florida and America.
Is Florida close?
Florida's always close. You know, if any state's close, it's Florida. But I think that Florida has really warmed up to Senator McCain. You know, most recent polls show him ahead in the Sunshine State. I think that's great news for this ticket. I know it's great news for America, and it's certainly good news for Florida.
And we okay with the voting machines?
Yeah, we are. In fact, we had the, not the presidential primary, but our state primary this past Tuesday. Went off virtually without a hitch. We now have a paper trail, and I'm proud to tell you, Larry, that I was convinced to go to having a paper trail at the behest of one of my dear friends across the aisle, Congressman Robert Wexler. And with doing that, you know, it just makes common sense to me. I think what people want is the ability to have trust and confidence in our electoral process. Certainly, Florida's had some embarrassments in the past, and I didn't want that for my state anymore. And so now we do have a paper trail. And when you think about it, you know, you get a receipt when you go to the grocery store. You get a receipt when you get your gas. You ought to at least get a receipt for this most precious act that we commit as Americans in our democracy, our right to vote. And now in Florida, we have that right and that opportunity.
Always terrific seeing you, Governor. Thanks.
You too, Larry. Thank you very much.
Governor Charlie Crist.